Good morning to all. Dear children, we have completed the literature textbook, the chapter, The Ashes That Made Tree Blooms. The ashes that made the trees bloom. First part we have already completed, and second part also already we have started, and we will, once again we will take the second part. So listen this. Okay. Not long after that, the good old man dreamed again, and the spirit of the dog spoke to him, telling him how the wicked people had burned the mill and made from their pine tree. Take the ashes of the mill, sprinkle them on the withered trees, and they will bloom again, said the dog spirit. Okay, already we have seen what happened to the dog and how the dog was killed and who killed the dog. All these we have seen in the first part of the chapter. Now we are going to the second part, and this second part also we see that the spirit of the dog appeared to this good old man in dream again. Once again he is appearing in the dream. Not long after that, it was not so long after that, the good old man dreamed again. Again he dreamed. And the spirit of the dog spoke to him, telling him how the spirit of the dog said to him, what the wicked people did with the mill and mortar. Okay, what happened? Okay, the mill made from the tree. Take the ashes of the mill, sprinkle them on the withered. We know what they did with this mill and mortar. They cut it into pieces and they put it in the fire. And the spirit of the dog said, you go and take the ashes. And what he has to do? Sprinkle them on the withered trees. Withered tree means dried trees. You sprinkle them on the dried trees and they will bloom again. If you sprinkle these ashes on the withered tree, it will bloom again. Bloom means giving flower. It will bloom again, said the dog spirit. The dog spirit said, you take it the ashes and sprinkle on the tree, withered tree. The old man awoke and went at once to his wicked neighbor's house, where he found the miserable old pair sitting at the edge of their square fireplace, in the middle of the floor, smoking and spinning. This old man woke up early in the morning and went to the neighbor's house. For what he went? He went to take the ashes of the mill and mortar. And when this good old man went to the wicked couple's house, what they were doing? They were sitting around the fire. Maybe it will be winter season. It will be very cold. That is why when it is cold, we will sit around the fire in the winter season. So maybe it was winter season. They were sitting around the fire and they were smoking and spinning. Spinning is stitching. She was maybe stitching some tall clothes or something, and they were sitting simply. Okay. In the middle of the floor, smoking and spinning. From time to time, they warmed their hands and feet with the blaze from some bits of the mill, while behind them lay a pile of the broken pieces. Okay, we know that when there is very cold season, we will just show our hands to the fire and we will make our hands warm. Okay, nammalingane kai kondu choodakum kai alle kathiyilekku ingane pidichu choodakum. So they were also doing the same. How did they burn the fire? With the wood of the firewood of the mill and mortar. Mill mortar avaru vetti nurukki theerikkiyanu. Okay, the good old man humbly asked for the ashes. The spirit of the dog said to this good old man, you go and ask the ashes from this wicked couple. So this good old man went to the neighbor's house and humbly asked. Humbly he asked this wicked man, can I have some ashes? Though the covetous couple turned up their noses at him and scolded him as if he were a thief, they let him fill his basket with the ashes. These wicked neighbors were not happy. Okay, avarathra sandosham undayirunilla. Though the covetous means greedy. Though this covetous couple turned their noses means mogam chulikya. Angane mogam chulichu ishtappettilla. And this scolded as if a thief. They considered him as if a thief. And they did not treat him well. And they considered him as if a thief. And anyhow, whatever it may be, they gave some ashes to him, and he filled the basket with this ashes. On coming home, the old man took his wife into the garden. When he came back to home, he said to his beloved wife, my dear wife, come with me. We can go to the garden and we can do something. What they are going to do? It being winter, their favorite cherry tree was bare. Bare means without fruit or leaves. Nothing is there. It was winter season and they had a favorite cherry tree in the garden and it was bare. In the cherry tree there was nothing, nor flower, neither fruits, nothing was there. He sprinkled a pinch of ashes on it, and lo, it sprouted blossom until it became the cloud of pink blooms which perfumed the air. There was nothing. At the moment, at once when they sprinkled the ashes on this withered cherry tree, suddenly it sprouted and there was full of pink flowers and with it perfumed the air. Okay? When they sprinkled the ashes, it gives flowers, pink color flowers. The covetous couple also heard the story and gathering the remaining ashes of the meal kept them to make withered trees blossom. Okay, this covetous, this wicked and greedy couple, always what they are looking for, what the other people are doing. Now they are very rich, they got gold coin. From that time they are very jealous on them and always they are peeping at them. They want to know what they are doing, what they are getting, and everything they want to know. So, they just looked what they are doing. The covetous couple also heard the story. They heard the story. When they sprinkled the ashes, the withered tree gave flowers. So, they also heard the story and gathering up the remaining ashes of the mill kept them to make withered trees blossom. And this good old man did not take the all ashes. There was some balance ashes. So, this wicked couple also took this rest of the ashes and they kept it. For what they kept it? To make the withered tree blossom. ഉണങ്ങിയ മരം പുഷ്പിക്കാൻ വേണ്ടി അവരും ചാരമെടുത്ത് വച്ചു. The kind old man, hearing that his lord, the daimyo, was to pass along the high road near the village, set out to see him taking his basket of ashes. They heard that daimyo is coming through their village. Who is daimyo? In the beginning of the chapter, we have seen who is daimyo. The landlords. ജന്മിമാർ എന്നൊക്കെ പറയും നമ്മുടെ നാട്ടിൽ പണ്ടൊക്കെ ജന്മിമാരുണ്ടായിരുന്നു. സെയിം വേ ദേ ആർ ദ ലാൻഡ് ലോഡ്സ് and they heard the landlords is passing to their highway through the main road. Okay, so all the people are waiting for him and they have to respect him and they have to welcome him. Okay, and this good old man heard that daimyo will be passing through this main road, and what he did, set out to see. He set out means went, just started from his home. He set out to see him taking his basket of ashes. What he took with him? He took the basket of ashes. ചാരം നിറഞ്ഞ ബാസ്കറ്റ് ഒക്കെ എടുത്തുകൊണ്ട് അദ്ദേഹം പോവുകയാണ്. As the train approached, when the train came, he climbed up on the old withered cherry tree. When the train, maybe it was that time there was train, we don't know. When the train was approaching, this good old man climbed upon a withered tree. We know for what he is climbing on the withered tree and stood by the wayside. This tree was near the wayside where the daimyo is passing. He just climbed on that tree. Now we can look what he is going to do. Now in the days of the daimyos, it was custom when their lord passes by for all the loyal people to shut up their high windows. What is the custom that time? When the lord or daimyo is passing, all the people have to shut down their windows on the top floor. Nobody is allowed to look the daimyo from up to the down, because daimyo should be up always. He should be respected. No one should be higher than the daimyo. That is why the people were not allowed to stand or sit on the higher than the daimyo. So they had to close all the windows on the top floor, and they all should come down to welcome the daimyo. And now where is the old man? Good. He is higher than the daimyo. He is on the withered tree. He climbed on the withered tree. We will see what happened. They even pasted them fast with a slip of paper. Okay, they pasted the windows. They pasted our windows. Okay, പേസ്റ്റ് ചെയ്ത് അടച്ചു വെച്ചു, അത്രയ്ക്കും ക്ലോസ് ആക്കി വെച്ചു. അബദ്ധത്തിലെങ്ങാനും തുറന്നു പോയെങ്കിലും അതുകൊണ്ട് അവർ പേസ്റ്റ് ചെയ്ത് ക്ലോസ് ആക്കി വെച്ചു. സോ ആസ് നോട്ട് ടു കമ്മിറ്റ് ദ ഇംപേഷ്യൻസ് ഓഫ് ലുക്കിംഗ് ഡൗൺ ഓൺ ഹിസ് ലോർഡ്ഷിപ്പ്. ഓക്കെ, സോ അങ്ങനെ പോലും ഈ വിൻഡോയിൽ കൂടെ തങ്ങളുടെ ലാൻഡ് ലോർഡിനെ മുകളിൽ നിന്ന് താഴേക്ക് നോക്കാൻ അവർക്ക് അനുവാദമില്ല. എല്ലാവരും താഴേക്ക് ഇറങ്ങിച്ചെല്ലണം. ആരും ലാൻഡ് ലോർഡിൻ്റെ മുകളിലാവാൻ പാടില്ല. And all the people along the road would fall upon their hands and knees and remain prostrate until the procession passed by. Okay, എല്ലാവരും ഇങ്ങനെ കുമ്പിട്ട് മുട്ടുകുത്തി നിലത്ത് താണ് വണങ്ങണമെന്നാണ് നിയമം അല്ലേ. അപ്പോൾ ഇതൊക്കെ പറയണ എന്തിനാ? Now our old man is on the tree. He is not down. The train drew near. The train came near. One tall competent man marched ahead. One man is coming ahead. The train is coming. Before that, ahead of the train, in front of the train, one old good tall man is coming. Why he is coming? He was about to call out to him in an angry tone, crying out to the people by the way, get down on your knees. And this long man, competent man is coming and get out on your knees. എല്ലാവരും മുട്ടുകുത്തുക, നിലത്ത് ലാൻഡ് ലോഡിനെ താണുവിട, crying out to the people by the way, get down on your knees, get down on your knees. And everyone kneeled down while the procession was passing. While the procession, there will have so many people along with the landlord or this daimyo. So all the people were standing like this to respect him, to honor him. Suddenly the leader of the van caught sight of this aged man up in the tree. What happened? This leader who was coming in front of the train just noticed there is a man on the tree. One old man is sitting on the tree. What happened? He was about to call out to him in an angry tone. He wanted to call him, come down man. But he did not call. Why? But seeing he was such an old fellow, he pretended not to notice him and passed by him. This one man who was coming in front of the train, he understood the man who is sitting on the tree is very old. So he pretended as if he didn't see that man. Pretended means abhinayikika. അദ്ദേഹം അഭിനയിച്ചു, ആ മുകളിലിരിക്കുന്ന ആളെ കാണാത്ത പോലെ കടന്നു പോകാൻ നോക്കി. ഓക്കെ, so when the daimyo's palanquin drew near, the old man, taking a pinch of ashes from his basket, scattered it over the tree. Okay, what is palanquin? പല്ലക്ക് നമ്മൾ സിനിമയിലൊക്കെ കണ്ടിട്ടുണ്ടാവും അല്ലെ, പല്ലക്ക്. You know what is pallak. Okay, when this palanquin came near to this man, what he did? He took a pinch of ashes and sprinkled on this withered tree. You know what will happen? In a moment, it burst into blossom. We know that it was withered tree, dried tree, and in a moment, it was burst into blossom. നിറയും പൂക്കൾ ഉണ്ടാവാനായിട്ട് തുടങ്ങി. The delighted daimyo ordered the train to be stopped and got out to see the wonder. Okay, this daimyo was surprised to see this wonder, and he said, hey, stop the train, I want to see the miracle. Stop the train. Okay, calling the old man to him, and he said, call that old man who is sitting on the tree, call him to me. He thanked him and ordered him presents of silk drops, sponge cake, fans and other rewards to be given to him. He even invited him to the castle. Okay, this daimyo gives so many gifts to this old man. Okay, and he said, one day you come to my castle. my palace. Okay, one day you come to my house, my palace. So this good old man was awarded so many gifts and he got invitation to the daimyo's castle. So the old man went gleefully home and to share his joy with his dear old wife. This old man was very happy. He was very much delighted and happy. He went home and he just shared all what had happened to his wife. He shared everything, what he did and what this daimyo did to this good old man, and showed all the gifts that he has received from this daimyo, and they both of them will be very happy. But when the greedy neighbor heard of it, he took some. But when the greedy neighbor heard of it, he took some of the magic ashes and went out on the highway. This greedy couple, always they are looking what this good couple are doing, what they are getting, and they want to get all what they are getting. അല്ലെ, അവർക്കുള്ളതെല്ലാം എനിക്കും വേണമെന്ന് ഈ ഗ്രീഡി കപ്പിൾ ഇങ്ങനെ ആഗ്രഹിച്ചുകൊണ്ടേ ഇരിക്കുകയാണ്. So always they are peeping at them, and what they did, they also took the ashes with them, okay, to do the same as this good old man did. There he waited until a daimyo's train came along, and instead of kneeling down like the crowd, he climbed on a withered cherry tree. This wicked old man, he was waiting in the other place for the daimyo to do as the same this old man did, good old man did. When the train approached, this wicked man climbed on a withered tree, and what he did, maybe he also sprinkled the ashes on the tree. He did not kneel down. He just climbed on the withered cherry tree. When the daimyo himself was almost directly under him, he threw a handful of ashes over the tree, which did not change a particle. Okay? When daimyo came near, this wicked man sprinkled a handful of ashes on the tree. What happened? The wind blew the fine dust in the noses and the eyes of the daimyo and his wife. At the correct time there was a wind, and this ashes spread over the air, and it spread in the mouth and nose of this daimyo and his wife. We know what will be the situation. Such sneezing and choking spoiled all the pomp and dignity of the procession. നമുക്കറിയാം, ഭയങ്കര ഹാപ്പി ആയിട്ട് വരുന്ന ഒരു പ്രൊസഷൻ റാലി, എല്ലാവരും ഇങ്ങനെ വരും. ആ സമയത്താണ് ഈ ചാരം ഇങ്ങനെ എല്ലാവരുടെ അടുത്തേക്ക് നിന്നിട്ട് അതിൻ്റെ ആ ഭംഗിയും അതിൻ്റെ ആഘോഷങ്ങളും എല്ലാം തകർത്ത് കളഞ്ഞു, നശിപ്പിച്ചു കളഞ്ഞു. The man whose business it was to cry, get down on your knees, seized the old fool by the collar, dragged him from the tree, and tumbled him and his ashes basket into the ditch by the road. Okay, we have seen before, one man was going just in front of the train. He just caught him, and he was very angry with that man. Dragged him from the tree, മരത്തിൽ നിന്ന് ഇങ്ങനെ വലിച്ച് താഴേക്ക് ഇറക്കി, and tumbled him and his ashes basket in the ditch by the road. അവൻ്റെ ashes ഉള്ള basket ഒക്കെ എറിഞ്ഞ് ദൂരെ കളഞ്ഞു. Then beating him soundly and left him for death. Okay, അങ്ങനെ അവനെ ഉപദ്രവിച്ച് മരണത്തിലേക്ക് തള്ളിവിട്ടു. അങ്ങനെ ആ wicked old man was put to death. Thus the wicked old man died in the mud, but the kind friend of the dog dwelt in peace and plenty, and both he and his wife lived to a green old age. ഇവിടെ ഗ്രീൻ ഓൾഡ് ഏജ് എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞാൽ നല്ല ഒരു വാർദ്ധക്യകാലം അവർക്ക് ലഭിച്ചു. Wicked man, he was put to death, and these good old people lived thereafter with their beloved dog, and they were very happy, and they have got a good old age, both of them. Hope that all of you understood the story. The story was a very good story, and this is a Japanese story. Okay, so thank you dear children.